bringing Lamar in? What are y'all looking for to attack fast and defend?
Yeah, Lamar is a really good basketball team. They're very well coached. They have a lot of returners. They're very athletic. They pay attention to details, and especially on the defensive end. So I expect them to defend us really well. I think we're going to have to really take care of the basketball and search for great shots. I want us to play fast. I want us to push it in transition, but we're going to have to make good decisions in transition because they're probably going to be in our shorts with us a little bit. Also, I think defensively, we're going to be really challenged to keep the ball out of the paint with them. I think they do a really good job of penetrating and using their athleticism to get to the paint, but also their post player is very dominant. And so it's probably going to be the best post player we've played against this season. So I think that poses a challenge for our kids and just our team defense as a whole. So I'm excited about the opportunity to play them, but we definitely will have to show up and play well.
And what do you expect from your players?
Yeah, I think our kids I want them to really step up and play through some hard. I think that they're going to be a little tired at times, a little fatigued just because, we've played, I think, 3 games in 7 days here and haven't had much time off, but a little prep time. But I've really liked their approach to the scouts that we've been giving them. So I just really want to see improvement. Every game, our turnovers have to get better. I think our defense in the second half has to get better. So we've got to learn to play with the same type of intensity and adrenaline and energy, if you will, that we play in the first half. We got to play with that in the second half as well. So that's what I'm looking for improvement in.
Both of y'all are, even though it's early in the season, both of y'all haven't lost yet on the record. So, how important are these first several wins here?
Yeah, we want to continue to win, obviously, and we want to continue to protect our home court. It's one of the reasons, that we play these early games is really to teach our kids how to win, and particularly at home. I just think it's really important that our kids have a pride about them of protecting their home court, and that's why it's so important, too, for Lady Raider Nation to show up for us and to help us create a tough environment for our opponents to play in. But I also think that, Lamar will come in and they will not back down. They will absolutely look for an upset, if you will. And the last time we played them, which was a couple of years ago here, they took us to overtime. So I'm sure they remember that, and they certainly will play hard the entire time. So we've got to come out and throw the first punch like we should every game, but really come out with a great intensity and really determined to defend well and to play at a good pace.
And Bailey Maupin had a great night the other night, but where do you see her going, not just for tomorrow night, but for the season? What are your goals for Bailey Maupin this season?
I think Bailey obviously has a great opportunity in front of her to have a terrific sophomore year. For her and I would say Jasmine Shavers both, I think the difference is that this year they're going to draw the best defenders. They're going to draw the most attention from the other team's defense. And as we continue to get into conference play even, or people can scout us more, I think they're going to see the defensive strategies that are going to try to slow them down. So I really want Bailey to be able to become, more of a distributor when she is double teamed, when she's got a tough defender on her and she can't get free to take a good shot. I want her to be able to create or find her teammates. And I think she's doing a better and better job of that. I think she has a chance to be really a triple-double. I think she can rebound the ball well enough to do that. I think that she can distribute the ball well enough, and clearly she can score it. But I think she's going to have to just continue to fight through some of that early because, she and Jasmine, neither one are going to be used to that because they played with 5 seniors last year and particularly Bree Scott, who drew the toughest defenders. So I think that's just a growing opportunity for both of them to figure out and to continue to get better each game.
Coach, are you looking to start, Kyla, Bailey, Ashley, and Jordan all in the same starting lineup? Or are you going to move some of them back to the bench just so they can have a little bit of scoring spark off the bench?
No, we're going to start the kids that we think give us the best matchups, that we think have, been competing in practice that give us the best chemistry. And as I've told our team, even that starting lineup can change game by game just because of even what our matchups may be. I really like our athleticism. I really like the fact that we can start with our defense in mind with that group. But I think we've got other kids on the bench too that can come in and provide the same opportunity for us. So I expect our starting lineup to change throughout the season. And I don't know if I hope it does or I don't. Like, I want it to be because we're competing. Internal competition is fantastic. And I think that, if our kids can develop a great chemistry, then that's great. But also, if we've got kids that are really stepping up in practice and showing us something else. But at the end of the day, as much as we preach it to our kids too, it really doesn't matter who starts as well as we start well and finish well. So that's who we want on the court.
Coach, do you see Shalia getting more and more minutes at the point and running the show, given what she's done the first couple of games?
I mean, I think that she and Bailey are certainly going to have to share it. I think Ashley's done a fantastic job of coming out and playing within herself. I thought against Tarleton, she did a really, really great job of making good decisions, defending well, and she played 27 minutes, I think, and didn't have a turnover. And so that's certainly good for us. I just think we're going to have to share a lot of the duties at every position, but for the pace that we want to play at and how we want to extend our defense. So, I think she's getting great minutes and she's taking advantage of those. So I think that's great for her and us.
Coach, you talked about the post presence for Lamar. Number 41, I believe. I believe that's the player. What makes her so good, in your opinion?
She's very strong and she's really fundamental. I think she does a great job of getting position. And when she gets position on you, if you don't have her sighted, she can spin off of you either way, and she's good at going either direction. A lot of times a post player is better going over one shoulder than the other, and so you can kind of take that away from them. She's really good at going both ways, so we have really tried to emphasize to our post of getting on a high side or getting on a low side, getting on a shoulder of hers, and trying to not let her turn, or at least if she can turn, she can only turn one direction, so we can get our spot one help there. She's just physical. She plays hard. They run their system really well, so their guards know how to look for her, and she's good on the glass as well. So, I think she's just physical, strong, and really smart.
And is there any update on Jada Wynn?
Jada is practicing. I'm not sure if she'll play in the game tomorrow or not, but we are certainly glad that her injury wasn't any more than that, and that any more serious, if you will, and that she will definitely be back soon. All right. Thank you, guys.